Pile Dynamics Incorporated, PDI, is the world leader in quality assurance solutions for deep foundations. PDI has thousands of satisfied customers and works hard to meet the needs of each one of them. Drilled shafts of record diameter, driven piles of remarkable length, time, cost, or installation constraints. If there is a deep foundations challenge, there is a PDI solution. And for those run-of-the-mill foundation projects, PDI solutions are just right for those too. PDI has taken foundation engineering to the cutting edge since it was founded in 1972. It's what we do.
Pile Dynamics is the largest manufacturer of testing equipment for the deep foundation industry, and we cover all facets of that industry: driven piles, drilled shafts, and auger cast piles.
The Pile Driving Analyzer, PDA, evaluates bearing capacity of driven or cast-in-place foundations from data collected by strain transducers and accelerometers. These sensors gather data as the pile driving hammer or a drop weight impacts the foundation. The process is called high-strain dynamic load test. With the PDA, you will have a reliable, faster, less expensive, and more versatile alternative to a static load test. For driven piles, the PDA monitors the installation process, showing real-time driving stresses, hammer performance, integrity information, and pile capacity both by the case method and by signal matching with ICAP. All PDAs come with SiteLink technology. SiteLink allows an engineer to test piles from anywhere, evaluating and interpreting field data and giving advice in real time. SiteLink reduces testing costs and scheduling difficulties and speeds up results. SiteLink makes the life of the testing engineer easier and keeps up with tight construction deadlines. You may perform dynamic load tests on drilled shafts and other non-driven piles. In those situations, the PDA is used with a drop weight of suitable mass. Once data is collected, you will determine the bearing capacity and resistance distribution along the shaft using the gold standard signal matching software CapWAP.
CapWAP also calculates the static load test result in the form of a load Z curve, and that has been frequently correlated with actual static load tests on the same pile with very good correlations and agreements.
Dynamic load tests are standardized by ASTM D4945. Numerous codes, norms, and manuals of practice all over the world require or encourage dynamic load tests and allow them to partially replace static tests. With a Pile Integrity Tester, or PIT, you will perform low-strain integrity testing, also called pulse echo testing, to detect defects such as cracks, necking, soil inclusions, and voids according to ASTM D5882. You may test most types of foundations by simply preparing the top surface, coupling an accelerometer to it, and producing an impact with a handheld hammer. The test is fast, so you may test a large number of piles in a day. You will then analyze your data with the PITW software. Some models of the Pile Integrity Tester include 2 channels of data acquisition, allowing you to estimate unknown lengths of piles embedded in existing structures and to perform more complex integrity analysis. GRL WEEP is the most widely used pile driving simulation software in the world. It is based on the wave equation and is often part of the geotechnical engineering curriculum at leading universities.
The GRL WEEP program is a wave equation analysis of pile driving. It is a simulation of the pile driving process and is applicable to piles both large and small. The wave equation program calculates, for example, a bearing graph with which you can determine the bearing capacity of a pile given a blow count. But it is powerful enough to simulate the whole pile driving process, which we then call a drivability analysis, which gives us both the stresses versus depth and the blow count.
For engineers involved in the offshore industry, we recommend GRL WEEP Offshore Wave, developed specifically for the challenges that offshore pile analysis presents. With a cross-hole analyzer, CHAMP, you will perform cross-hole sonic logging according to ASTM D6760 on drilled shafts, bored piles, slurry walls, or other concrete structures. You may also use the CHAMP to test smaller piles by single-hole sonic logging. Simply lower the CHAMP probes in pre-installed tubes. The CHAMP scans the entire length of the shaft and evaluates the quality of the concrete. Post-processing with Tomasonic software creates a three-dimensional image of the tested shaft.
I started to use this CHAMP from 3 months ago, and it's pretty easy to learn and use. It's just a piece of cake. I can do the whole job myself pretty easily and fast.
The Thermal Integrity Profiler, or TIP, embodies the latest technology for testing cast-in-place concrete foundations. It uses the heat generated by curing cement to assess their quality. You may obtain TIP temperature data either by inserting a thermal probe in pre-installed access tubes or by tying thermal wires to the rebar cage during casting. Necking or poor quality concrete results in relatively cooler temperatures, while overpores or bulges create warm regions. TIP data also helps you assess concrete cover and cage alignment. With TIP, you can evaluate the quality of the concrete both inside and outside the reinforcement cage. Most importantly, the TIP test can take place within 1 day of casting concrete, so construction may progress very quickly. The Pile Installation Recorder is an automated monitoring equipment designed specifically as a QA/QC tool for augured cast-in-place and continuous flight auger piles. The PIR is installed in the cabin, giving the operator a clear and accurate display of the drilling progress and of the volume of grout pumped for each depth increment. An optional remote unit, PIR Viewer, allows a superintendent or supervising engineer to also follow the installation. Using an automated monitoring equipment has become best practice whenever augured piles are specified. The e-Saximeter helps the piling inspector create a driving log. It uses sound recognition to detect hammer blows and calculates the stroke of open-end diesel hammers. When proximity switches and radios are installed on the hammer, it also calculates the hammer kinetic energy. The driving log may be entirely automated with the addition of a wireless depth sensor. The standard penetration test is a widely used soil investigation procedure. Best practices and several codes require measuring the energy of the SPT hammer. The SPT analyzer does that either by measuring forces and velocities on the rod or by measuring the kinetic energy of hammers fitted with proximity switches. Pile Dynamics also manufactures a hammer performance analyzer, the light for depth evaluation of steel foundations, and several accessories that enhance the applications of its instruments. The line of products is constantly growing. Pile Dynamics has an outstanding staff of civil and electrical engineers, software designers, and technicians. Our state-of-the-art facilities include precision testing and calibration equipment for everything we manufacture.
Since I work with Pile Dynamics equipment, wherever I was and whatever I did, the data was retrievable, and that is especially important if you work in remote places and come back to the office, that you know that you can work, do your evaluations and nothing got lost.
Our deep foundation solutions combine field-worthy ruggedness with high-quality electronics and user-friendly, powerful software to meet or exceed foundation testing and monitoring codes, standards, and specifications throughout the world.
If a client contacts us, we're ready and able to respond to any of their questions for advice or support. We regularly review data for them, providing second opinions, so that we're sure that the method is being properly supported and properly applied.
Our customers hail from more than 90 countries, and our network of representatives covers all corners of the world. Pyle Dynamics offers training classes on all its products. We also hold workshops and seminars on quality assurance for deep foundations in various parts of the world and through the Internet. We've built our reputation on solid engineering, ongoing research, attention to detail, and listening to our customers. Quality assurance for deep foundations. It's what we do. What we've shown you today is only a sample of what we have to offer. Want to learn more? Visit www.pyle.com.